as we get ready for looks like a really fun week of wildcard playoff football. Just want to remind everybody, the NFL referees are part-time. I just wanted to say that. After last week, after watching Jared Goff throw a pass to an offensive lineman and having the referees just, and everybody watching this, no matter where you are, if you love an NFL football team, then you have a story of a referee blowing a call. Now, would that be cured by these guys being full-time? No. Sure wouldn't hurt. Let's get into it. Be sure to like and subscribe. As we look at this upcoming weekend of NFL playoff football, with some really great games on the docket, there's a couple on here that I'm going to go through. I'm going to do a picks video, and wow, some of these games look like so much fun. So much fun. I just can't help but feel trepidatious about the possibility that the referees are going to blow this for some people. I just cited one example of Jared Goff throwing to an offensive lineman and having the referees who were standing right there, just whatever the call. Instead of a safety in the end zone, it was nothing. He was a receiver. 68 is actually 89. But whatever. This isn't about that. This is about how if you had full-time crews, perhaps mistakes like that would be minimized, and the NFL makes enough money, hand over fist, falling out of its ears, to hire the referees full-time. What would they do the rest of the season? Well, I don't know. Maybe you could distribute them in small groups to the 32 NFL teams, so that way they could have actual NFL referees who are practicing their art on the field for their practice scrimmages and things like that. Well, they practice their art. You can get familiar with them a little bit more. They can get familiar with you a little bit more. They can see the game a little bit more. They can develop with the game a little bit more. Instead of coming in from being a lawyer all week, you were studying film all week. Who do we have upcoming? Okay, we have the Commanders versus the Cowboys. Okay. The referee crew does not have a job they have to be at that week. Their job that week is to watch film, to learn the tendencies of the players of the game, to see what these guys do and what they don't do. Read the previous scouting reports of the previous crews from each team. It seems unreal to me that you can have a league like the National Football League, a global brand, who has amateurs as its referees. These are amateurs. Well, they've been refereeing for years. They're amateurs. Their job should be as a professional referee. Your job during the week is to watch tape on your upcoming game, to learn the tendencies of the players in that game. So that way when you go out on the field for that game, you are better informed. You know what to look for, what you don't really need to look for, the things you have to look for. You actually may know the numbers of some of the players and their positions. You may be more inclined to know to look in a certain direction than another because the proclivity is for X team to do this in this way, in this direction. You can distribute them during mini camps, training camps, OTAs, throughout all 32 teams. You don't need full crews to do a training camp. This would also encourage referee evolution and competition within the referee community. Because I want to be a referee, which means I got to be graded better, which means I need to do better in my job. I'm going to bring up a tweet real quick. This is from 2023. Now is probably not a good time to remind everyone that the NFL is the only major U.S. sports league where the referees are not full-time employees. They don't find referees or have last 2-minute report like the NBA, or demotions, firings aren't public. That needs to change. I completely agree. There should be a report every single game on every single referee. There should be accountability. You missed that call? Why did you miss that call? How did you miss that call? I'm not talking about the holding that goes on in the trenches all the time, but I'm talking about stuff like this. How did you miss that? Because it appears to me that both your dumbasses are looking right at it. This is what their person should be saying to them Monday morning when they meet for their counting session. All these players on this field, the Monday following this game, had a meeting to go over the tape. What went right, what went wrong. Did all those referees of that game sit down and go through the tape and see what they blew and what they didn't? Because it's pretty clear to me they blew something. At least 2 of them did. By the way, their excuse for this, both of them, said they didn't see it. They didn't see it. Okay, then what exactly were you looking at? They didn't see it. A clear face mask. Now, everybody can point something like that out. Everybody. I'm a Vikings fan, so I'm going to point out instances that involve my team. But every single team, every single fan can point something like this out for their team. Why? Partially because these guys are part-time. That guy might be a lawyer. Let's go back here. That guy might be a lawyer right here. Tell me that white dude right here don't look like he belongs in a courtroom wearing a suit and tie saying, yes, Your Honor, no, Your Honor, my client says this, Your Honor. I mean, give me a break. The NFL needs to have full-time referees. I literally saw an interview with Roger Goodell using we are not a full year league as an excuse. I can think of literally a full year's worth of activities for referees to sharpen their skills along with players. It's an unbelievably asinine excuse for a league that literally has money falling out of places. It's unacceptable. You should not be having games like this. You should not have part-time referees on the field with full-time professionals. You cannot have amateurs telling you what professionals are doing right and wrong. It seems counterintuitive to me. I don't get it. This should be a major issue for the Players Association. We want professionals out here. It may also prevent injuries on our part. I don't know why the NFLPA isn't all over this. This should be a huge issue for them. There should be more players as referees. People who understand the game itself. This should be a massive issue for the Players Association, not just the Referees Association. There should be more players as referees. There should be professional referees. Bottom line. That's all I got to say about it. But I do sure appreciate you stopping in and listening to me rant about it. And I thank you. And we'll see you next time.